llama, amidst difficulties, always keep optimism. We can overcome these difficulties. That mental attitude itself will bring inner strength and self-confidence. To our honored guests, administrators, teachers, parents, and graduates, good morning. Welcome to the 56th graduation ceremony of Sumpong Central School. Our virtual graduation will now commence with the singing of our national anthem, invocation, regional hymn, marcha, Rion Jazz, and division hymn.
Mapagmahal naming Ama, Ikaw ang aming liwanag sa mundong ito. Ikaw ang kanlungan ng sanlibutan. Panginoon, kami po ay lubos na nagpapasalamat at naggagalak para sa araw na ito. Buong puso naming tinatanggap ang mga biyayang iyong pinagkaloob. Patawarin niyo po kami sa lahat ng aming pagkukulang at naway mapunan ito ng pagmamahal upang magsilbi kaming instrumento ng kabutihan sa kapwa namin. Pagpalain niyo po kami, O Diyos, pagkat kayo ang aming sandigan sa panahong ito. Gabayan niyo po kami upang magampanan ang aming tungkulin bilang guro ng buong puso sa gitna ng problema at trahedya. Patnubayan niyo po ang lahat ng mag-aaral upang sila ay lumaking naaayon sa iyong kalooban. Panginoon, higit niyo pong patatagin ang aming pananampalataya at patuloy na pagtibayin ang aming isip at damdamin. Ang lahat ng ito ay inaaalay namin sa iyo, Diyos na makapangyarihan. Amen.
Hail the vision of my life, city, beloved of all men and inspiration, gorgeous of fame to see delight, voicing with pride and honor and might, wisdom and power be the quest, folks and youth seeking the best, well of nobles as mentors in desire, doers of peace victorious fulfill. Praise thy voice and sing gratitude, keeping thine arms as fortunately, showered by nature's bounty and past, blessings divine, gracious thou art. Praise thy voice and sing gratitude, keeping thine arms as fortunately, showered by nature's bounty and past, blessings divine, gracious thou art. Division of our city, then of excellence for mentors, performing what's vision and passion, fulfillment of one's dream, and vision.
To the highly distinguished guests present today, spearheaded by our school's division superintendent, Victoria Vestogado, PhD, says so 5. The very dynamic public schools district supervisor, Bonifacio M. Palo Jr. The woman of action and excellent performance, school principal 1, Mrs. Genevieve P. Perino. Very supportive assistant school principal, Mr. Bernie Abugan. Young and intelligent keynote speaker, Mrs. Joy P. Gigato. Our barangay officials headed by Honorable Roberto M. Solito Sr. Parent Teachers Association officers and members led by the very active President, Ernesto M. Dandan. Our teachers and mentors, our parents who showed unconditional love, guests, visitors and friends, members of the graduating class, a pleasant morning. To everything, there is always a season and a time to every purpose under the sun. Today, another school year has come to close. Closing the school year marks the beginning of another pursuit of endeavor. Graduation is not the end of a tough journey, but rather it is the start of a beautiful one. I am indeed greatly honored to be part of this joyful occasion. On behalf of 144 members of the graduating class and 40 teachers, I welcome you all to this 56th graduation ceremony with a theme, Kalidad ng Edukasyon, lalo patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya, strengthening the quality of education amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. May this theme guide us all as we go forth and realize our dreams in life. Thank you and God bless us all.
Ma'am Victoria V. Gaso, CISO 5, the school's division superintendent of the division of Malaybalay City, I have the honor to present to you 144 candidates for graduation of Sumpong Central School for the school year 2020-2021, of whom 81 are boys and 63 are girls. I hereby certify that they have satisfactorily completed the requirements prescribed under the basic education curriculum, hence awaiting for your confirmation.
May the authority vested on me as the school's division superintendent of the division of Malaybalay City, and with the certification of your school principal that you have satisfactorily completed all the requirements of the basic education curriculum in the elementary level, as prescribed by the Department of Education, I hereby confirm you graduates of school year 2020-2021. Congratulations!
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always thought, we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day, wherein finally, our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded, in addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning. And you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face-to-face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. and therefore you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many, many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies, during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates. And we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so, we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Julito P. Asiro Jr., Bernabe C. Agni with honors, Denzel Floyd Akinlay with honors, Chris Carl B. Anki, Belly George G. Aston, Simeon T. Awitin Jr., Denmark P. Bakasmot, George Brian P. Balangyaw, Barry Jim Bandivas, Julius A. Banwal, Carl Frederick A. Basalo with honors, Jobert L. Batlawon, Lester Jude R. Bautista, Dexter A. Basar, J.R. L. Benito, Ace Vincent M. Burial with honors, Adams Apple Biro, James Cleo M. Caballes, Almer R. Kabilugan, Miles Samuel N. Calyanta with honors, Jack A. Zero, Raymond John M. Kayao, James Brian S. Cuento, John Ray V. Kolanag, Den M. Dahinog Jr., Ariel Jade C. Damasco, J.R. C. Damicog with honors, John Carlisle Stefan N. Ibron, Johnler J.R.S.P., John E. Felix with honors, Freeward P. Ferolino, Kurt Ryan P. Ferolino, Richard Francisco, Ian John M. Galarpe, Jeffrey C. Ganon, Virgil J. E. Garcia, J. Chris S. Giroy, Prince Jacob L. Haminal, Adrian S. Horomat, John Mark F. Labisores, Michael T. Lastimosa Jr., Winston L. Laurel, Ryan Choi D. Lingayon, Kent Harold F. Liena, Remarch John S. Lucid, Janrel J. Lumbat, James C. Mabilin, John Dave J. Magadan, Mike Angelo D. Maturan, Ronald M. Medalla, Ram Derek B. Medrano with honors, Clarence Dave P. Mijares, C. Milagrosa, Erwin John T. Molihon with honors, Ryan James B. Monteliano with honors, Marjon D. Morillo, Jive S. Nakwa, Alfe S. Nicolas, Prince G. Ziver S. Omarol, Joshua Cesar James D. Panag, John Michael P. Parala, Julian Dave D. Pizao with honors, Jobert S. Pontasan Jr. with honors, RJ J. Kibido, Exor C. Kibo, Ayanrel M. Rahal, DB John B. Raot, James Nicole A. Rimorosa, Leonardo V. Rosmeros, Real John J. Sagayok, Kirby Kaiser V. Salga, Lester John J. Salga, Aldrin J. Sara, Denmark M. Satao, Lester Satao, Aidan Sison, French Julian Talde, Gerald Angelo Tinda, Dustin Jake R. Tolentino, John Dave D. Tubio, Kenneth B. Vertadazo, Chelsea May Abatayo, Hazel Jane G. Adante, Rachel V. U. Alisin, Cristel Ann S. Ama, Riventel C. Aniana, Leia Amor Apit, Alessa K. A. Aquino, Ira Raisa C. Bildo, Zaira Alexa A. Binayao, Shara May S. Bongkasan, Maika Andrea S. Bukirin, Haschel Jean R. Bulala, Jonah Claire S. Butron, Johan Claire E. Kabaktulan, Georgina B. Calambro with honors, Jeliza B. Kawasan, Laimi Jane N. Kugling, Mia Bianca D. Kalyamat, Alma May B. Cornes, Nicel Faith M. Corporal with honors, Nicel Joy M. Corporal with honors, Nice P. Diginion, Precious Van G. Domini, Blazel O. Incarges, Ching Audrey V. Herediano, Janelo Esmeralda with honors, Bea V. Fabricante, Alea Grace T. Fernandez, Ariane R. Gaboli, Lorraine U. Gaveres with honors, Greya Marie P. Gigato with honors, Winnie J. Guansing, Althea Antoinette N. Giboni with honors, Jetaliket Col C. Hian, Christine May A. Lacandola, Bea Naden P. Lamasan, Olani J. Limanay, Iris Jane T. Malines, Majara Jane N. Matutis, Hannah Joy Nieles, Shelo T. O'Hill with honors, Janet Mivon N. Omay, Jelaika D. Padua, Quincy S. Pichora, Annabel S. Piocento, Glessa Joy B. Prahes, Tricia Page T. Rabena, Hannah S. Rara with honors, Lady Rose L. Sagala, Annabel L. Sagayok, Samantha Jane B. Salde, Jacqueline J. Salino, Alexandra J. Salo, Yori Jane A. Salvo, Chrysler Jen E. Sikong, Mary Richelle M. Sowa with honors, Veronica S. Sobricaray, Richella S. Sominget, Tyrese Salma E. Tan, Ninya M. Tauna, Trishamin A. Timbangan with high honors, Aliyah Johaira Torres, Loesa Ayabel B. Zusi,
It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce our 2020-2021 guest speaker. She spent almost her entire career in different places, grew up in Sumpong, Malaybalay City, just very near where we are right now. She was born on July 2, 1983, happily married, and blessed with two lovely, intelligent children. She spent her elementary days in Sumpong Central School and graduated as first special mention. In 1995 to 1999, she went to Bukidnon National High School for her secondary education. Her college education is at Bukidnon State University with a degree, Bachelor of Science in Education, major in General Science, and graduated cum laude. She worked as a high school teacher from 2004 to 2005 at Bethel Baptist Christian Academy. From 2005 until present, she worked at the Department of Agrarian Reform as Officer 2. Being a committed and dedicated employee, our speaker received awards and come up with achievements. She was awarded as an outstanding employee in 2015. Just recently, she was awarded as the commended employee and have achieved as an abstinence advocate and speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our 2020-2021 commencement speaker, Joy Padrones Gigato.
To the Division of Malaybalay City Superintendent Victoria B. Gazo, to Sumpong Central School Principal Jenny V. Perino, to our dear teachers, and of course to our VIPs, sa mga lolo, lola, uncle, aunties, mama, papa, watching us online, and to the sole reason why we are having this virtual moving up, to our dear graduates, a pleasant day to you all. Generation Z, or the I generation, the generation where you belong. A generation branded for being entitled. A selfie generation where a little discomfort could bring the worst in you. A lagged ML or COD game brought about by a slow Wi-Fi connection would make you lose your temper. Entitled. You feel that since you're entitled to play, nothing should get in between your playing, not even a Super Saiyan mother on the background shouting for you to go back to answering your modules. That is how the bad press at Forbes.com painted you. The question is this true? Or let me rephrase that question with a statement. Let this not be true. Upon further research on the characteristics of your generation, I have also read that you have the shortest attention span. So by this time, while I am yet on my second paragraph, you've probably diverted to your cellular phones and have probably watched 2 to 3 TikTok videos. So I have made it my guest speaker goal to be as quick as possible. The theme for this year's Moving Up ceremony is strengthening the quality of education amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Sadly, the world of education is at a juncture. The pandemic drastically changed the very basics of education delivery. Everything was upended. But let us look at the silver lining and learn to view at all of this on a different perspective. This pandemic has imparted life lessons that you might not have acquired in your lifetime, if ever. First, students and teachers have realized how exhausting it is to be on screen all day long. We long for social media detox, to put down technology for a while, and we yearn for face-to-face learning when we used to hate our teachers back then, right? On the onset of the pandemic, they used the term social distancing, but later on, after realizing that it is impossible for us humans to distance ourselves socially, they changed it to physical distancing. Another COVID-19 lesson to shove our egos in because there is no such thing as self-made man. You have reached heights because someone helped you climb. Be it your parents, your teachers, your community. Kaya nga napakaraming ka sa lingwaheng Filipino na nagpapahiwatig ng pagkakabuklod-buklod. Kapamilya, kapatiran, kaibigan, kasangga, and even in Visayan, kauban. Second, schools and districts were forced to upgrade technology, and teachers were given no choice but to learn how to use it. We have learned new skills with all this free time we have. We have become chefs, bakers, entrepreneurs, gardeners overnight. Parents and teachers collaborated. They now text, they now chat. Communications therefore have improved. Since I am a graduate of secondary education, most of my college friends are now teachers. I have observed in their Facebook posts that they have multitasked now more than ever. They have painted their classrooms, they go to their students' houses like the SWD workers, and some even became broadcasters in the radio. Lastly, this pandemic taught you learners resilience. You have easily adapted to a year of only modular learning. You have shown to the world that despite the circumstances you are in, like inaccessibility of an internet connection, unavailability of an adult figure to teach concepts you don't understand, not to mention the lurking issues on mental health, you still hurdled life's lessons because you put your heart and soul into it. Classroom face-to-face learning was hard enough. What more is modular learning? You being here is a testament that the negative stereotype surrounding you is far from the whole story. You are a generation of inquisitive nature and is bursting with untapped promise. So as you go out into this world at an extremely challenging time to proceed to junior high, I will leave you with one life lesson I learned along the way. According to an old English saying, nothing in our lives is certain except death and taxes. I would like to add one more. Choices. It is as certain as death of decisions. Even doing nothing is a choice. The choices that you make today will define who you will become in the future. Look around you and learn from the mistakes and bad choices of others. I am an abstinence advocate, and whenever I am invited to speak, I research on the latest numbers and figures on teenage pregnancy. It is heartbreaking that as numbers of teenage pregnancy go up, the age of sexually active teens goes as young as 11 and 12. They have become mothers as early as 14 and 15. They are supposed to be enjoying their teenage years, going out with friends, attending schools, going to camp, but instead, they are taking care of their babies. One wrong choice could mean a lifetime of consequence. So choose and choose well. In closing, I wish you were given the graduation rights you deserve. I wish your parents were given the opportunity to see you walk across the stage and receive your diploma. I wish you could gather afterwards to Jollibee or probably Lake Cafe to celebrate what you have accomplished. But you have gained something more important than any of that. You need to know something very powerful about your generation. That you have been tested and you did not falter. You kept going. Once again, congratulations to the graduates, especially to my youngest, Greya Marie, and hats off to the proud parents.
Good morning, everyone. Today, We pay tribute to the most important presence in our lives. They are our beloved parents. This is the best time to say thank you, Mommy and Daddy. Thank you, Papa and Mama. Thank you, Itay at Inay, because without you, we will not come this far. Your wholehearted support and unconditional love that you have given us all the way helped us achieve our dreams and aspirations in life. It is just fitting to celebrate the precious moments dedicated with gratitude to you, our beloved parents, who have worked and nurtured us, their children, to grow with love and care. The hardships and whatever challenges we had encountered along our journey, we had faith and beliefs in ourselves that we can rise above any obstacles in life and create a better future because you are always there. To the school administrators, our teachers who helped and guided us attain this significant milestone in our lives, you have played a vital role in teaching and learning process. And whatever you have done is your legacy to change our lives. You deserve a special place in our hearts. Thank you. Again, thank you, and God bless us all. Pledge of Loyalty. I solemnly pledge to my alma mater, my country, and my God, the utmost loyalty, patriotism, and faith of which I am capable during my lifetime. To my alma mater, I owe my training and my education, which I will seek to repay by living up to her highest traditions. To my country, I owe my nationality and promise to love and defend her to the best of my power and ability. To my God, I owe my birth and being. Under divine strength, I resolve to live a Christian life of purity and of service. So, help us.
And graduates, and God bless us all.